Welcome to this Weight of Fire YouTube video. Today we're going to take a little look at the contents of the new Kings of War 3rd edition rulebook, both the Gamers edition and the Collector's edition. So this is the Collector's edition. You can see it's a lovely hardback book, really quite nice. It's huge actually. Look how big it is here. You can see that it's about 400 pages, just shy of 400 pages, yeah, 399 pages or something like that. Hardcover, nice glossy cover on it, really high quality art. This is sort of a slightly shiny sort of look to it. Inside we can see that the colour as well, all the pages are coloured. There is a page marker as well. We'll take just a little flip through. The key thing here is that this book, £35 from Mantic Games, obviously available from independent sales as well, such as Black Dragon Miniatures, our affiliate. You can see that there's lots of beautiful pictures of miniatures, but also loads and loads of art, like this sort of two-page one, plenty of two-page ones. Some art that you'll see, if you know Mantic Games, Kings of War and Vanguard things, you'll recognise some from before, but there's plenty of extra stuff here. The rules don't take up very much. They take up, let me just see, about this much. That's there. So that much is rules, up to here, about 60 pages of rules. Look at these beautiful two-player spreads. So this actually is from the two-player starter set, which I'll mention in a minute when we talk about the Gamers book, because that's currently the only place where you can get the Gamers book is in this two-player starter set, which is £75. You get not as many models as this, of course, but you get some Northern Alliance and you get some Night Stalkers in that. But there are loads of these beautiful two-page spreads of painted miniatures, but also art as well. So yeah, well, 40 pages-ish of rules, sorry, 60 pages, wasn't it, of rules. I mean, look at this Trident realms are absolutely beautiful. And then we get on to the actual fluff itself. So yeah, 60 pages of rules, there we go. These are the rules. We'll do a proper flip through at the end. And then we get on to history. So this is basically all fluff from here until about, we start with the Basileans and the army list, so until about here. So we've gone from page 60 to about 230. So yeah, 170 odd pages of fluff. People have been asking for fluff to build up the Mantica or Panathor world, as it's now called. And this is where it's at. I mean, just look at these beautiful maps. I'll come back to those in a second. Some more art of the real sort of backstory of the God War here. Some art you'll recognise. New stuff, like this magic wheel that's been done. Some of these art coming through from Vanguard, of course, that you saw there with the Abyss. A little bit of fluff on the world in general, on the gods. Also some fluff on each individual race. See some art here from the new League of Infamy Kickstarter board game at the moment. It looks like the direction the Elves will be taking in the future. This is Deep Wall, I think it is, one of the elf cities, if I remember rightly. Can't quite remember, but I've read all of this, but it was a while ago. Yeah, it's again Forces of Nature. And we even start to talk about the neutral worlds, neutral factions, and even the nasty evil ones as well. So we start to get onto here. The Abyssal Dwarves, Empire of Dust, the Forces of the Abyss, even the Orcs and Goblins and the Night Stalkers, and the Undead. In fact, there was a bit more fluff there than I thought, actually. Yeah, no, I missed out a few pages there, so the Undead there. So it's actually even more than I said. And then let's just go back to the maps for a second, because I really want to mention is some beautiful art here of the Golden Horn, one of the major cities in the hegemony of Basileia. But these maps are truly breathtaking. I really want to mention these because these are done by Kieran Morris of Weight of Fire. So he has spent, he's blood, sweat and tears have gone into these, I think, and they're absolutely fantastic. There's this sort of as it is now, and then there's some changes, so some historical ones sort of before the flood maps as well. Here we go. So this is what it was like before the Winter War and the flooding, which is part of the story. So you can see as the world has developed, and then he's got some of these more sort of old worldy looking ones as well, with the sort of sepia coloured. Absolutely breathtaking. And he did the magic wheel as well that we talked about a minute ago. So really good. And then we get onto the army list. So here we are on the army list, starting at 233. And we've got a couple of hundred pages really of army list. A new layout to them. So we go through all the good factions first: Basileia, Dwarves, Elves, and then we go on to the neutral factions: Northern Alliance, Forces of Nature, so on and so forth. And you can see how they really are plenty of stuff. Each army also has an into the evil factions. Some examples of the models available in their army. Painted examples, not all of the stuff, but there's a couple of new models as well if you haven't played, which are new to 3rd edition as well. And then obviously we come up to the end, and to finish it all off, we have some more gorgeous art as well at the end. So it really is a pretty fantastic book. You can see just how huge it is. But that is the Gamers Edition, £35. But that was the Collector's Edition. This is the Gamers Edition. Okay, so this is soft bound, keeps the same sort of art looking on it, of course, but look at the difference in size. So Collectors here, Gamers here. So let's have a little bit look at the Gamers. Gamers Edition is probably going to be in the region of about £25, I think, guessing. It's not actually available until about January 2020, but you can get it at the moment in the 2-player starter set with the Northern Alliance and the Night Stalkers. So this is soft bound, and you can see again some nice miniatures at the beginning. The rules, well, everything's exactly the same as in the Collector's Edition. So the rules are the same. So they take up about half of this book, because this book is much smaller, of course. So yeah, so take up that first 60 pages. And then the total book is just under 140. So half the book is rules and scenarios, and then the other half is factions. And it's exactly the same as in the Collector's Edition, but just the factions. No fancy art though, see, no painted miniatures in here. So it is purely the faction. So this is the one you're going to take in your gaming bag with your miniatures and your dice. And that Collector's Edition, I think, is really, for most people, will be what they have at home. So yeah, I think, you know, 2 fantastic books, very different in style, but inside exactly the same. So you'll be able to tell very clearly where you're up to. You're not going to get confused between the 2 different books. Let's just do a bit of a flip through of the softback version, and I'll come back and do a flip through of the Collector's Edition. So again, all your items, magic, scenarios, and then into Basileia. I think there's just this little token art dwarves. It's really good. Just gives you a real feel for elves. Who cares about elves? Northern Alliance, Forces of Nature, ogres. We just skip through quickly there. Trident Realms of Neritica, Abyssal Dwarves, sorry. Empire of Dust, Forces of the Abyss, Goblins, of course, Goblins, Night Stalkers, and we should have Orcs and then Undead. I think that's us, isn't it? Yeah, that's us. So yeah, pretty damn good. 14 factions with their own IP in each of the books. And we'll just do a little bit flick through again. Might be a little harder to do because of the hardbound book. We'll do a flick through on this one. So it's a flick through of the Collector's Edition, and you'll see same rules in both editions. A lot more art though. A lot more colour pictures as well, the miniatures in this, and it's taken me much longer because it's just so huge, this book. I mean, some of these beautiful armies presented here. Absolutely fantastic. The art and the maps, excellent, of course. Even smells nice, this book. And there we are in the factions again. Fluff for the factions first, and then into the actual lists, which have a little bit of fluff just before them as well, actually, just describing basically each individual unit. And in second edition use, that fluff was by the actual profiles, but they've stripped that out and put it in front now, so a lot easier to sort of navigate through, really. And there we go. Great. Just show you the back as well. Fantastic. So thank you very much for watching. Check out Way to Fire Facebook page. Listen out for the Way to Fire podcast. And take care, guys. Keep gaming. And if you need any Kings of War supplies, check out the fantastic Black Dragon miniatures, our company affiliate, and expect a decent discount and fantastic service. Thank you.